The provincial budget announcement is less than a month away, and community groups are raising their voices, hoping to see less cuts and more funding for Manitobans.
It's critically important that this budget really changes the page.
The Manitoba Federation of Labour says this year's budget needs to focus on filling public sector jobs.
It means filling up vacancies that this government has created, causing shortfalls in healthcare and staffing shortages and across the public service. It means raising minimum wage. We're the second lowest in the country. That's frankly embarrassing, and that needs to change, and it needs this government's leadership to do so.
A common thread among all groups in attendance, room in the budget to help Manitobans recover from the ongoing pandemic.
Paid sick days needs to be a part of our reality of living with COVID. Over half of Manitobans have no paid sick days whatsoever. How can they possibly follow the good guidance and practices we've learned through COVID about not infecting their coworkers and the public and staying home when you're ill, when the choice is that going to work sick or keeping a roof over your head are your only options?
Also in attendance, the Manitoba Health Coalition and Healthcare for All, who say Manitoba PCs need to take a page out of the federal Liberal and NDP coalition and unite local parties at a time when Manitobans need support the most.
We need to see a commitment to a full and fully researched and bought in by workers, a human resources strategy that is able to address some of the concerning things that we're seeing in our personal care homes, in home care, in our critical care capacity, all of those things that are making it harder for people to access the health care that they need. An increase in investment in mental health and addictions. In 2018, this government commissioned a report called the Virgo Report that recommended that 9.2% of the healthcare budget be dedicated to mental health and addictions. We've yet to see that happen. It's time to see some real action on the issues that matter to Manitoba families.
The government has instructed Shared Health to remove any support for healthcare related COVID expenses for people with temporary resident work permits in Manitoba. We want the government to do better for Manitobans, do better for these temporary workers who are working as essential workers in our community by reinstating healthcare for everyone.
This year's budget is set to be announced April 12th. In Winnipeg, Mike Albanese, City News.